Lady demands I conjure up a cup from thin air. I worked at this small McDonald's in 2009. I have tons of these stories as it was an unfortunate area of town. But this one is my favorite. This woman peeps in the drive-thru and asks for an extra large strawberry milkshake, which is a size McDonald's doesn't have, although they do have a large, which is a good leader. This woman insists that I give her an extra large. I inform her that I cannot conjure cups. She demands her milkshake and goes to the window. I take her money, give her the large one, and think the order is done. No, she throws that milkshake at me and demands an extra large. The manager wants to step in, but I get crafty. We had these buckets you would give kids with Happy Meals. I tell the runner to crank the machine to the brim. I get my hoarder strawberry cow sludge and cover that bastard with a cling wrap and poke a straw into it. Hand this lady and just say we ran out of the extra large cups. She snatched it from me and peels out of the place. Comes back a minute later covered in milkshake. Apparently she went over a speed bump going 50 and it went off like a grenade. Manager said he'd give her our biggest size large for free. She goes on basically the same rant and we had to get this woman taken out of our place by the cop, kicking and screaming about her damn milkshake. Hey, guess what? Do you know what I love the most? It's when people tell me how to do the job that they've never worked before in their life. I love it when people insist that you have something that you've never had. Like they know how your store operates 100% from behind the counter, on the other side of the counter. It's the best feeling in the world to get that entitled customer coming in that knows your job better than you do. Do you know what else is the best thing in the world? Watching them get hauled off by the police when they throw a milkshake at you. All Karens out there, you can learn this. Retail workers aren't your punching bag. All right? Clap, clap. 7 items or less? Okay. This isn't my story. I was actually kind of collateral damage in it, but it was too good not to post. On Thursday, my dad was holding his annual 4th of July cookout when disaster struck. He was low on cinnamon. He takes his barbecue rub very seriously, and this would not do. He needed to prep the food. My mom needed to watch my little sister, and my older brother was in the middle of an overly competitive frisbee game. I didn't have anything to do but mill around waiting for my girlfriend and her family to show up in about an hour. So I was the one drafted for the most horrible of tasks. Going to the grocery store on a holiday. I dodged the armies of dads, looking at the last second shopping for a cookout essentials, grab the cinnamon and head to the express counter. Every other line is packed with dads, loaded with hundreds of items into a cart, and there's only one 7 items or less express checkout open. There's only 2 people in front of me, a dad type and a grandma type. This is where the drama erupts, as the old lady notices the dad type has shock, horror, 8 items. You don't belong in this line. You have way too many items.
Sorry, I'm in a rush, and these 3 items are doubles.
8 is more than 7. Those are the rules. Go to the regular line.
I'm not going to spend 30 minutes online over 1 item. This will only take...
I don't care. You think the rules don't apply to you? Get out of this line.
Look, I would have been done by now if you...
Get out! Get out or I'm calling the manager! Now the dad type sighs and takes a bottle of soda off the conveyor belt. Old lady smirks a satisfied smirk. The dad type has his groceries scanned and pays. And that's where the MC kicks in. The dad type picks up the bottle of soda.
I'd also like to pay for this.
The cashier starts a new transaction, rings him up for his single item, and he pays and leaves. He would only have ended up delaying the old lady and me by less than a minute, but the look on her face when she realized what he was doing was priceless. What got me the most about this was this lady would have been better off just keeping her nose in her own business. That's really all he got to do. That's all any of these people got to do. He's got to keep their nose and their own business. As long as you can do that, you can live a happy life. Stop worrying about everybody else and just worry about yourself. It's only 8 items. I would have even let it slide if it was 12. But if you're coming up with a full shopping cart full of food, then yeah, no, piss off, dude. But other than that, I don't see where the aggression came from. And honestly, she got what she deserved at the end of the day. But the downside is because of her nonsense, it ended up extending the amount of time it took to get this transaction completed. You're not sick. If you get up from your desk again, you'll be in trouble. First grade, I was feeling very sick. I went to the nurse and she took my temperature and it was normal. She sent me back to class. I did this 3 times that day. The last time, she and my teacher made a big fuss. Said if I didn't have a temperature and they wouldn't call my parents and that if I left my desk again, I'd be in trouble. So first grader me, feeling very nauseous, eventually I couldn't hold it in anymore, and I threw up onto my desk. It splashed back onto me and my fellow students on either side of me. Both of them threw up out of disgust, along with 4 other students. 7 kids were sent home because they threw up when I threw up. My teacher asked why I didn't go to a trash, and I reminded her that I was forbidden from leaving my desk again.
I understand where the adults were coming from because there was nothing really hinting that this kid was sick, and kids often try to get out of things by saying that they're sick, and I get it. Adults do that too. We never grow out of it. Be honest, how many sick days did you take to play that game you really wanted to play? In this particular case, if an individual is around you claims they're sick, just keep an eye on them. If they really don't look good, and these teachers should know this because they see them for about 8 hours a day, you should know what the person that you're watching over should look like on a regular basis. If they look sick, probably a good idea to maybe sit down and go, okay, what is not feeling good? Kind of reminds me of a situation that I was putting in my first grade class. We had this really big kid named Kevin, and he was feeling ill, and it wasn't the fact that the teacher said, no, you can't go. He just all of a sudden just blah all over the desk, which did make a couple other people blah. And I felt so sorry for the janitor and his collection of sawdust that day because he used the entire trash can to clean up that mess that day. And it still smelled really bad inside that room. It really did. There's no sawdust in the world that'll clean up the smell of vomit. Nope. But those are the stories of today. I know this is a short one. I want to know what your personal opinion is, of course, in the comment section below. And I always look forward to them. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because, gosh darn it, I would love you if you did. And also, if you want to tap that little like button, makes me happy too. You guys have been great. You guys have been fantastic. And as usual, as always, my friends, stay frosty and keep moving forward.